Okay, welcome everyone to the Polaris Trading Group's PTG University Educational Series. Today we're going to review some trades during the week of December 8th through the 12th, and we're going to use a 1500 tick chart on the Sierra chart platform. This week had a tremendous amount of opportunities. The VIX had increased up to above 20, and which provided us some very good opportunities. So we're going to take a look at those, how they unfolded throughout the week. Before we do, just want to go over the quick disclaimers regarding past performance is not indicative of future results, and the commentaries on this video are educational in nature and designed to contribute to your general understanding of financial markets, financial futures, and our education. So with that, let's get to the charts and take a look at some of these terrific trade opportunities we had this week. Okay, so we're looking at a 1500 tick chart here in the S&P E-mini, and this is from December 8th. And we're only really going to be focusing on trades that occurred during the day session. That's primarily where we trade, and we want to focus on those in particular. But I will highlight the structure as we review each day here. We started off there on Monday with a little bit of strength. This cyan line here across the horizontal is our opening range rotation midpoint, and that is a key market for us on a day-to-day basis. Price had moved up above that. Now these other lines, just as referenced throughout the video, this magenta line is a 4500 ATR line. The white and yellow lines here are 750, and the red and blue lines are 1500. They denote our structural lines, and those are very important for us as part of our overall analysis. So we want to stay in alignment with the structure, and when all those three structures align with one another, they become very powerful, and that's where we get some of our biggest move. When we're not in alignment, all together, the markets tend to get a little bit of choppiness. All right, so you can see up here in the early part of Monday, the 4500 ATR magenta line was above price. We had a 750 and 1500 that were in alignment, along with the volume weighted average price. But price did not make, the problem here, price was not making any real advancement. It was just kind of treading water. Ultimately, as you can see, the market made a pretty sharp move down, right down through the opening range rotation. So that became a signal for us, having breached the opening range, that there was a definite shift in sentiment. And the next trade opportunity then we were looking for is a retracement back up, which gave us, you can see here, and again, these signals are live. Okay, there's no lag delay with our charts. And they produced what we call our premium short signals. All right, so a bounce up, and that the arrows with the white alert bars gave us, and also gives us a reference price for approximation of where our entry could be. All right, so at this point, weakness was definitely entering into the marketplace. The ATRs had shifted, and so structurally everything was telling us to be short and to be aggressive on the short side nonetheless. As you can see, these first set of premiums on these retracement bounces worked very nicely, and for a nice move down. So that started the week off on a very high note for us. And then as prices progressed throughout the day, gave us some further opportunities. Later on in the day, we got a bounce back up to that 4500 ATR line. Again, you can see the series of premiums, that were generated, the signals there. Now, these only produce more of a scalping signal for a couple points, but again, in our membership, we'd love to get the 6, 8 point, 10 point moves, at each shot, but typically those are atypical we would generally look for a 2-point rotation. So there were several 2-point rotations throughout the sequence here on Monday. All right, let's take a look at the Tuesday, December. Okay, so on Tuesday, December 9th, for those that trade the Globex session, they had a wonderful time of it. Early weakness in the Globex. This was about 4:30 Eastern time. Okay, and again, we don't trade at that point, but those that do had a wonderful premium alert signal, all right, that carried for a very, very healthy profit for them. As we entered the day session at 9:30 here, and again, that cyan line is our opening range rotation average. We did get a little bit of a rotational bounce, but as you can see, the 4500 ATR line acted as firm resistance, and price was simply not able to get any further progress from there. We did have a few premium signals on the way up that never actually triggered at that moment, but with this resistance up here at the volume trend midpoint and the 4500 ATR, once we got a shift, and let me just highlight that shift, and this is what I was talking about earlier about a triple shift. So we got a 750 ATR shift line, we got a 1500 ATR shift line, and we already had a 4500 bear ATR line. So that put price in strong alignment, and as you can see, our trade opportunity, what we call our bear stacker formation, occurred in this vicinity, all right, right in there. So that became a great opportunity for our members, our traders, to take a short trade from that location. And as you can see, I'll just move the chart a little bit over. It worked out very nicely for those that took that. So that was a nice solid opportunity that we look for, and that was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of well, 3 or 4 or 5 handles depending on how you managed it. All right, and so that was that opportunity there. Price then kind of came back up, found some firm footing for a bit, and again we had multiple shifts now. So we had shifts up in the ATR lines from the 750, 1500 now, and the 4500 over here, this goldish line. So that puts the whole structure of price now back into a bullish formation. And as you can see here, again, our software generated a series of discount signals and allowed us to get in with a reasonable reward risk ratio coming off this this zone at the 2035s. And again, this is adjusted for the March contract. We had rollover week this week, and as you can see, a break above the prior highs here at the 2038s simply vaulted price up a good, I think there was about 17 handles. Yes, 17 handles on that. Now again, that does not mean we would have captured 17 handles, everyone. Okay, we're all going to be realistic about that. But what we do want to identify is when the structure is favorable to be either long or short, and that is a key component of what we look to do. We're intraday swing traders or intraday directional traders rather than tick traders. So we're not looking for 4 or 5 ticks that typically most S&P traders look for. We rather, since we're most of our traders are relatively small contract traders, we're looking for a structural location, structural shifts that when we take a position, there is potential in that position to carry 2 points, 3 points, 5 points, whatever the case may be. So again, we always look for the bigger trade, but we will take 2 and 3 point rotations, as see fit throughout the course of the trade session. So that was an opportunity on the 9th, and let's see how the rest of the day unfolded. Structure was pretty strong throughout the day, all the way right up into the close, and as you can see here, again a little bit later on in the afternoon, I did get a little bit of a pullback, but structure held. The 4500 ATR structure held. The 1500 and 750 did break temporarily. Okay, and again, that does happen when there's a little bit of weakness that does come into price, or strength for that matter. But the 4500 held. New discount signals allowed our traders to look to enter, again, relatively low risk trades somewhere into in this vicinity here on the minor pullbacks, and that vaulted price up into the closing rotation. All right, let's take a quick look over on the 10th. Okay, so now we're over on the 10th Wednesday, and early in the session, this is again, here's the opening of the session right here where that cyan line begins. Prices had shifted in the pre-market to a bearish condition, so at that point coming into the opening range, we were looking for simply shorting opportunities, again, i.e. premiums or bear stacker formations, and we got a nice one shortly after the opening on Wednesday. And again, as you can see, that carried very nicely. And again, this swing carried down 875, all right, before a minor pullback, and then another 475 following that. But bear in mind, these trades that we, opportunities that we take, we're not going to be holding it for 875. We're going to be scaling out on the way down. But if we can capture 80% of a potential move of a swing, that is a tremendous opportunity and consistent results. As you can see here, about again 10:30, we got a retracement bounce. Again, bearish structure was simply intact here. We got the 4,500, we had the 1,500 ATR line structure. Price was below a descending VWAP, all right, volume weighted average price, what we refer to as the volume trend, and that was another opportunity. Multiple premiums at this level here, and again, as you can see, prices moved nicely down for those that took premiums. Again, with the VIX this week having moved up, you can see what this provides for us in the S&P is the market tends to swing back and forth, generating multiple signals. I mean, if you take a look at these swing values, there's a 7-point swing from high to low here. There's another 575, 475, 6 1/4, 7 3/4. These are the type of rotations that we really look for in our and really work very, very well with our trading methodology. So we really want to embrace this type of volatility that we've seen this past week, and we hope that does continue because it simply just provides some great trading opportunities. All right, continuing on, going into the afternoon on Wednesday, again, structure was still overall negative. All right, but we did have nice bounces, and as you can see here, about 1:30, 2 o'clock period, again, we had just another very nice series of premiums giving us an alert, simply telling us that prices are statistically overbought. We had negative structure, gives us an opportunity to enter a trade with, again, a real good risk reward profile. Okay, so as you can see here, a break of the lows of the 2036 handle there, it looks like, with these premium signals. Again, very nice moves to the downside for our traders that took those. And again, one of the management techniques that we like to use, all right, and this is a real good example of it on this particular day, is using those ATR lines. So not only are they shifts, structural shifts for us, okay, that we want to respect, but we also use them as a management tool. All right, so as you can see here, these ATR lines simply trailed above, okay, and again, these are multiple 750, 1500, 4500. They simply trailed above the prices. So had an entry been taken up in this vicinity up here on the break using that premium signal, effectively a trader in our membership could simply have been managing the trade all the way down. We had a minor premium signal over here, a little bit lower in the move. All right, that simply could have been a re-entry for an opportunity, but simply this, look, as it stands, this carried the entire move all the way down to approximately the 2021s. And I mean, that's just a tremendous, tremendous move. Now, again, we try to strive to manage our positions as aggressively as possible. We don't want to just simply take 2 points if the market, is giving us something greater. All right, so we want to, take advantage of those opportunities where, we're in a position correctly and on time and with a good signal, and we want to really let the market, be able to pay us when we have the opportunity. All right, there are many times where the markets just chop back and forth, but this is a great, example of not only an entry opportunity coming off one of our premium signals, but using it as the ATRs as a management tool as well. So all this stuff is built into our software in which we teach to all our members, throughout the course of the year. As you can see here, coming into Thursday, into Globex, following Wednesday is a lot of sideways choppiness there. Now, again, things that we want to be focused on are where the structure turns. Okay, so we had an ATR shift here, okay, on the 1500. We had a little stops and starts here, but it shifted. The 750 now shifted, so that, and then ultimately here you can see the 4500 shifted. So what we were looking for at this point, pre-opening here on Thursday, is we had a bullish structure, okay, developing, all right, pre-opening. And as in this particular day, this is what we refer to as an open drive day. As soon as the market opened, there was not even simply a pullback. As you can see, this price vaulted right up here. Didn't even, 16 handles from low to high coming off the opening, and that was, a lot of short covering on that particular move up. So we were just patient in our trading room, all right, for our members. And again, we don't, it's hard to get on board something like that. We do like to buy pullbacks when there's no pullback. It is just simply very difficult to get on, but price did give us an opportunity. As you can see here, price did pull back, okay, and it gave us one of our trademarked discount signals, okay, and then allowing members to get in. And again, structure still was very much intact. 1500, 4500, 750, all in alignment. And then that provided another opportunity there. And later in the day on Thursday, again, this was up into a stat X zone. As you can see, there were some discount signals here up near the highs, though this was the opportunity where if you took those, it would just, probably a couple 2-point scalp or so. There was a big tell, all right, having moved up in the early morning with a lot of short covering. All right, the big tell came. We got a shift in the ATR 750 here. We got another shift on the 1500 shortly thereafter. And if you can just take a look at this yellow area right in here, okay, this became a pretty big tell for us that there was potential weakness coming into price. Okay, now nobody can forecast, ultimately what happens, but we do look for changes in the underlying structural sentiment, and this is exactly what we look for. All right, and our software gives us that signal for us, and it's just a matter of us correctly interpreting it and being able to position accordingly. And then ultimately, prices did break the 4,500 ATR as prices pushed down very aggressively, broke the last ATR line here, and then it was simply game on to the short side. Prices pushed all the way down, right, down into the opening range where it found some support. And we got a reactionary bounce up into the closing rotation there. But as you can see, one of the solid opportunities our members had was when prices bounced back up to the volume trend midpoint, not able to make any further progress to the upside. And as you can see, that 4,500 structure line right there, that ATR line, acted as quite the solid barrier. Okay, prices pushed down a little bit, gave a little residual bounce. And again, that is an opportunity right in this vicinity for us, all right, to enter short trades, position ourselves for the next potential move down. And as you can see, you know, we got a nice move down into the closing bell. That was on Thursday. And then finally, coming into Friday here, there was some sideways action throughout the morning rotation. All right, it wasn't really any directional clue, though. Looking at the bigger structure, the 4,500 ATR lines were still overhead. So that tells us that bigger structure above us, the larger time frame, is still in a weak condition, although price was trying to find some sort of footing here on Friday, but really couldn't. And again, what we are always on the alert for is where the structure, you know, begins to shift. So we got ATR structure line shifts in the middle of this range here, and then the 1500 became weak. All right, and so this little retracement up here provided an opportunity for our aggressive traders to take a short coming off of that high. But really the break simply became on, once again, that opening range rotation midpoint line. That cyan line, that becomes a very important marker for us. A break below that line, all right, suggests to us that all the, you know, buyers on the opening rotation are in trouble, they're trapped, and they're more likely to start bailing out. All right, and so that break right in here gave us a bear stacker formation. All right, again, which is one of our core setups for a breakdown or a breakout. So this is a breakdown. All right, followed by some retracements. Okay, again, the bulls didn't want to give it, you know, give it totally up, but also provided us opportunities. There we go, a couple more premium signals. All right, ATR lines are bearish. Okay, there's your 1500s, and there's your 4500, and prices below the volume trend midpoint level, and price is simply in a very weak condition. And then, as we all know, what happened remaining on Friday, all right, as we entered into the afternoon with crude oil breaking down below $60 a barrel, down to 58 and 57s. The market was just vulnerable to take a tumble. And again, 2 o'clock or so on Friday afternoon, we got our bearish signal again, with our ATRs all coming back into alignment. Okay, and here the 750, 1500, and the 4500, which had stayed steadily bearish. All right, and now the 1500 and the 750 came into alignment. And the remainder of the day, as we all know, was very, very weak all the way into the close. So this is the review for this past week. We had a lot of great opportunities, all right, following our rules, staying with on the correct side of market structure, waiting for our signals, premiums, and discounts. Majority of the action this week was on the sell side, and we look forward to this happening yet again, all right, going into the balance of the year. Okay, so that will conclude the review video for this week through the December 8th through the 12th. So if you want to learn more about what we do at Polaris Trading Group and get more education in terms of our signals that you've seen on this video today, please give us a call or stop by, visit us at PolarisTradingGroup.com and take a 7-day free trial. Love to see you in our trading room, and we wish everybody, this will be our last video for 2014, and so we wish everybody a very, very healthy Merry Christmas and a healthy and prosperous 2015. So with that, good trading, everyone.